Okay, this movie I would say is a good watch, but it has a lot of things that I want to talk about. Normally when we do movie reviews here, it's not just only about the movie, it's about some things in the movie that we think maybe is a lesson for people to learn, or maybe things that people shouldn't do the way that they do. So let's talk about it. And also there's another movie also that I want to talk about. So there are two movies we're talking about today, and they all have different messages. So it's not like normal where we have same messages but two different movies. No, two different movies, two different messages. But the links will be in the description. So in case you've not seen these movies, go under the link. The first one will be the CEO and I, and the second one will be the Champagne movie. So you can go and watch them. Okay, let's get into it. Hello guys, welcome to Just Vibey Vibes. Welcome to the movie review. Okay, so the movie The CEO and I was a good watch. I really enjoyed the movie, but there's some things I want to talk about. There's the Frederick character, and then there was Uzor's character, and then Bology, the girl. That's their real names. To be honest, I do have the names of the movie, so let me see what they were called in the movie. Just give me a moment. I do have the names, their names in the movie. Okay, there was Pascal, which was the Frederick Leonard character. Then there was Nonye, which is Bolaji Ogumola character. And then there was Ekene, which was Uzor Orukwe character in the movie. Okay, so Pascal, Nonye, Ekene. Okay, so Pascal now is a CEO in a company, and he is trying to get a contract. Like it is a programming kind of business, but it's like a boutique programming company. So he's trying to get this business from this very big company now, right? And he has Nonye. Nonye is one of his programmers, but then he's using Nonye not just as programmer, he's also using as personal assistant and everything. She would be at work till like late nights. Like, he would just be, he just keeps on, I would say, getting more from her than her job description and her pay. He just keeps on getting a lot from her. Like, he would just be using her. Sometimes, like, when a boss have found someone that is like someone that is maybe a scary cat, or maybe someone that can never say no, so they just keep on giving you jobs that you should not do. And those kind of things happen a lot in Nigeria. So that's actually part of the reason why I want to talk about it. And Pascal was a bully. So, and then another reason why I want to talk about it is because Pascal was he a bully? The colleagues were telling her that he has feelings for her, emotional feelings. That's why he's being a bully. So that rhetoric, the fact that people want to believe that someone is mean to you, is using you, draining you, both your work and everything, insulting you, always calling you stupid, and using bad words for you. What's be like, that person likes you, but that person don't know how to tell you? No, but they know how to bully you. They know how to, but they don't know how to tell you. That is something we need to stop teaching our children. Someone that likes you does not start bullying you. A guy that likes you would even be nice to you. Why would a guy that like you bully you? Then why would you be interested in a bully? So I don't know who started that. I don't know how it started, but that's a lie. A big, big, big lie. And even if, like, we have to also stop saying this so that boys don't think as they're growing up that, oh, that is true. So that way when they like someone, they not start being bullied to the person, they think that that's a way of them showing the person. And then when they're not showing the person that they like and the person is not interested in them, now they now start feeling, oh, I showed that. Nah, you were a bully, man. That was why. So those are things that we need to. And so I'm just going to go through the storyline. So Pascal was trying to get this business. And then this girl, she was working so much she hardly have breaks. So one day her colleague told her to go and go for lunch or something, try and eat, force her to eat. And so when she was on the line, after the colleague had gotten her food and was sitting down, there was a guy that was behind her. He was a school teacher. They showed us a bit about him. He was the Ekene guy. He was really, really good with students, and they loved him. The students, they cannot even wait to go to school because of him. That's how children are. When they like you, they like you. So anyway, so he was behind her, and so the woman that owned the cafeteria wanted to serve him first, because why? He has a book where he signs. So at the end of the month he pays her. So he normally signs depending on what he eats. So, but the other day was like, I've been waiting here. I need to. He said, oh, this is my customer. I said, hey, me too. I'm going to be your customer. So serve me. And then like, oh, give her what she wants and put it on my tab. So then he paid for her. And then they sat down. So she sat down with him and her friend. And they started talking. So from there, now she now started going to lunch regularly. So they would just have conversation. She would complain to him about her boss. And when she had programming issues, she talked to him, and he's like, oh, I know a bit about programming. And then he tries to, you know, to help her. But then when she told him the company that they wanted to get they're programming something forward that they wanted to get a contract with, his face kind of changed a bit. I was like, okay, what is happening here? But then, long story short, she was spending a lot of time outside. So one day Pascal asked the colleague, where is she? And said she's having, oh, she's be going home early, or then he now trade her, and I realized that she's spending time with that guy. But then now he called his friend that went to uni with him, because he remembers this Ekene guy, right, in uni. And according to him, the Ekene guy dropped out of school, out of uni. I don't know why. I think it was someone that they used to laugh at or something. So he was not like the it guy then. So he now decided to bully him. So he went to him and told him he had the girl in the car. They were going to that company, and then he stopped by him just to make him, like, he told the girl that he didn't finish school, tried to make him small so that the girl would even feel ashamed to be spending time with him. Like, okay, he's doing something wrong, like he's teaching student when he's not supposed to be a teacher, that he's not a qualified teacher, that he's lying. So then the girl kind of acted away though, but later then they started talking again. I didn't understand why she acted away. Just ask him. Because he did not complete uni with him does not mean he did not go to somewhere else. He might have gone to Polytechnic, he might have gone somewhere else to complete. I don't know. So why are you taking this man's word for it? Well, anyway, finally they kind of got back, to talking. So after that, then she now said she wanted a job. So he was like, she said, oh, she wanted to leave her job. So then he was like, okay, he's going. So when there was an opening for a job in that company that they were trying to get the contract in, so he told her, and then she went for the opening. She went through the process, but then she didn't get the job. So she went through the process, but then they didn't call her back after the first day. So she was like, okay, she didn't get the job. But then now so he was not like, but what if me and you can go for it? He's like, oh, but you're not a programmer. He said, yeah, but I know how to program a little bit. You can see what I've done for the school website, so maybe I can go for the job. And then they both now applied. Somehow the boss of that company, right, they've not seen the face of, like, the boss doesn't, like, he has some people there that he knows, but he's like, he owns the company, but he doesn't like to show himself. So he has another guy that works for him, and he has the people that, like, the people that started the company with that know him, but apart from that, no other person. All the other people working there, even the manager or the person that will interview them, don't even know them. So don't even know the boss. So the boss now made a phone call that to two people that they should call them for interview. And then they both now went for the interview, both the girl and the guy. So when they went for the interview now, while the guy was going in for the interview, the boss boss Pascal, came to that office, and then he saw her and like, what are you? You're looking for a job? If you don't get out from here now, you're not going to have a job. So then she scurried away, and then she went back to her job. So she didn't stay for even the interview the second time. So she ran away. But then him now, the Kene guy, he went for this thing. The guy just looked at his CV. You're a school teacher. What have you done? Why do you think, or is it because you think you have connection, you can, the boss, you can just go? He's like, give me a program to write. Have you seen the program I wrote for the school? No, he didn't. Like, how can I can understand someone's CV not looking to par to whatever job that they're looking for. But how can someone go for a programming job? And you can actually give them programs to write or whatever you need. You can actually test them there. You don't test him. You just look at CV and you just, that was a really, really bad attitude. And that's something that Nigerians have a lot. Like, they like to look down on people. You don't know who you're talking to, so they just look down on people. Like, you get away. Sometimes the person that don't have experience might be the best person. Ask them questions. Interview them, like, because of that experience and things like that in life. If he has written programs, then let him write programs. The job is not to write programs. Let him show you what he can do. Then if he's not able to do it, then I understand. But if he's able to do it, you're not giving him a test. Just talking down on him just because he's a secondary school and primary school teacher, that was wrong. That was really, really long. And then your boss even called that you should give him an interview. Do you not think that your boss might have seen something in him that the boss actually liked to even start with? But then because you feel like, I have the final say, so then that was it. So he didn't give him the job. He just berated him, make him feel like a nobody, and then he left. So one so then they went for the the contract thing. The girl will write the whole program and everything, but then he will not let the girl go in to give the presentation. He wants to do it like, what do you know? But the guy is the one doing all the job, but then he's the one going to do the presentation. I didn't understand why he didn't think that teamwork makes the dream work, like, for all of them to work together. So he didn't do that. And then so long story short, at the end of the day, when they signed the contract, she saw the boss's, the CEO, the owner of the company's signature, and then she knew immediately that it was Ekene's signature. So Ekene was the boss there, but then he opened that school, and he likes to work with children. So he wrote a program, he made money, and he opened a company. But then he went and just was doing the school job, something that made him happy. So then this guy was looking down at him, thinking that and even the school, people did not know he owned the school. They just thought he's a teacher. So he's just someone that wants to live a simple life. So at the end of the day, the moral of the story was that, oh, don't look down on people. My thing is not even about don't look down on people because you never know who they are. Don't look down on people, period. It shouldn't be because they don't know who they are. Just don't look down on people. So at the end of the day, he now made her, they employed her to the company directly, and then she was the one that was not supervising the contract that he had with the other company. And then when Pascal saw him, he was so shocked, So that was a lesson, but I feel like the lesson is do not bully. Don't let someone bully you for money, no matter what. Don't let someone bully you. Stand your ground. Because at the end of the day, what can he even do without her in that company? He really even needed her so much. So don't let someone bully you. Stand your ground. Don't bully someone because that's your way of telling them that you love them. That makes no sense. Just be nice to them and ask them out. And yeah, don't be rude to anybody. Don't look down on anybody. So that was a good lesson. So I feel like that movie is a good watch. So please check on it will be the first link there. So watch that movie. Then I will talk a little bit. The second one, I don't want to talk too much about it. The Champagne movie is just it's actually a long movie too. It was just a guy that was married, and then he was dating all these rich women. He would go to places where rich women would be, like artsy place and things like that, and then he would date them just for the money. So then they were giving him money, but he was married. So in the beginning of the movie, he was just showing like he was kind of like he was cheating, but then he was more in a relationship with this woman that works in the art place, and she was giving him money and things, but he was pretending to her she didn't know he was married. None of those women knew he was married. He was lying to all of them. So then, so she was so heartbroken because he was not calling her all that. Then she went to his house, and then that's when she saw the wife. And then the wife says, "He is my husband." And she's like, and it's like, "Oh, men could be men and all that." The woman was like, "Are you serious? You're okay with this?" So the woman was so pissed. She cried, and then she left. So when he came back, the wife is like, "Okay, you have to stop this." So and that day when he came back, and one of his sugar mama has gotten me a car. So then she's like, "You have to return the car." So and then he now went to return the car, and I went on this hobo tour telling all of them like, I'm not interested, like breaking off with all of them. So he then broke up with them. He had a lot of money saved already. She said that they should go into stock before they open a business instead of them to start small. So they went into stock, to invest the money for a bit, but when they did that, then they lost the money. So now he was trying to, one of those is why they were sitting down when they were talking about this whole stock thing. She got angry because he was picking a call from one of the ladies. That was the day he was trying to convince her for him to go and break it off with them. So on that day, she walked off from the lunch they were having, and as she was going, she walked almost like into a car, and then the car almost hit her, and then it was a guy. So the guy tried talking to her, but she just ignored him and walked off. So one day, she and her husband went to one of these places, and then she saw he went to get her drink, and then the guy came. And then the guy was talking to her, and she was not even interested in talking to him. And then the husband came in and said, you cannot talk to her, blah, blah. But then he didn't know that he was even her husband. So long story short, the husband is like, okay, now we don't have money. We might lose our house and things like that. So you need to date this guy. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. So that the husband was not forcing, like influencing her, like trying to convince her to date this guy for money. Just the way he was dating those women for money, that she should do it. I don't understand what kind of love is that. I don't understand him even doing it to even start with. But if he's already doing it, and then he was his choice, he said he was going to do it, and then he had to convince her that he should do it, that is not good. But I can understand that because he was the one that wanted to do it. But him forcing her to, that's not love. I don't see how, how that can be. But then, anyway, so he talked until she now went out with the guy. So the guy thought he was her brother. So then she went out with the guy, and then the guy finally she was like, okay, if I can get him to give us some money, then I don't have to do anything with him. So she gave the guy a hard time, and then she went out with him, and then he gave, I think, $10,000. And then so she gave him the money, and she's like, okay, so that is it now, I don't have to go out with the guy. And he was like, if he can give you $10,000 and you've not done anything with him, imagine if you do something with him, what he will give you. So he kind of was not contented, he still wanted more. So anyway, she kept on going, and then she fell in love with the guy. But that, for me, that was kind of a victory. They wanted to show that a girl cannot just be with someone without falling in love. Like, women always has emotion, always has to be attached. He did all those things. He had no emotion for them. He loved his wife, but then she did all these things, but then she had to fall for the guy. I feel like that part was like, no, a girl can also do things and not have no emotion involved. But I didn't understand why they did that for the girl and not that for the guy. And for her, it was just one guy, which was not that much of a bad thing. But then so anyway, you have to watch the movie. So at the end of the day, she now broke it off. Then he was now noticing that she would not let him touch her. She was not even giving him, like, she was totally in love with this guy. So then he now said, okay, you have to break it off. So she was not going out with the guy. The guy was sending people, his drivers, everybody to her house, and she was not answering the door. She said he would come and say she's not around, blah blah blah. And then he's like, okay, this guy will not let you go, you have to go and meet him. So then she went to his house. Mumu went to his house. Why would you go to his house alone? If you want to break up with someone, please go to a restaurant. Someone that you hot and that you want, that person that you married, you want to go to his house to be with him on your own. Anyway, so she went to his house. So when she went to his house, as she got there, he knelt down and tried proposing to her that he loved her. And then she was crying that, I love you too, but I cannot do it, because she and the guy has a part. So she was still going to stick with her husband. So then the guy got crazy, locked her in, and was trying, and that showed that video how he killed his first wife because she was cheating on him. And then finally, he almost killed her until her husband now came to the place, and then finally they fought. And then at the end of the day, she didn't die, neither did her husband die. But him too, I think I don't know if police arrested or what happened, but they just showed him going. He had a girlfriend before anyway that really loved him, but then he was not interested in, he was done, kind of like, not, sometimes it happens to people have been in a relationship for a long time. I don't feel that strongly for the person, and then someone new come and then they have all those feelings. The guy's been waiting for years, waiting for him to propose, so now he now went back to the girl. But anyway, her name is Champagne in the movie, so she left her husband. She needed time, so that was the movie. But it's a good watch. I think that that is not love. So one thing is that people should not be trying to live above their means. That's another thing. And I do understand that things might be tough, that people might make tough decisions. I cannot technically put myself in their shoes, but what I would say is, a situation whereby he's made that money, they could have maybe stopped it a long time ago when he was, and then maybe start something small. You don't always have to start something big. You can start something as small as possible. And even all the time he was getting those money, why not try and buy a house so that they will rent, get a house so that the house is yours. That way you know that you're not going to be homeless. And also another thing, apart from that, just him not being contented, like I don't feel like someone that love you will tell you to go and sleep with someone for money. I don't see that happening. I can see someone that loves someone going to sleep with someone else for money because they're going through it. I can understand that part, and I can see that happening, but I don't see the other person being the one telling you to go and do it. So for me, that is not love. It makes no sense. But okay, so that is the review for the movies. I hope you enjoyed them. The CEO and I and Champagne will be very interesting, and they have characters that you like. Alex Lubo. After I watched that movie, there's this movie on Netflix. Oh god, I've forgotten the name of the movie. It has 1, 2, and 3. The third one is the party planner, where is a woman that is pretending to be something she's not. Oh god, I forgot the name. If I remember the name, I'm gonna put it somewhere here. But anyway, after that movie, now it's got like, I'm not pronouncing his name, so just he has Alex Star. His name will be on the topic of the of today's movie review, so you can see it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this movie review. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please share my videos, because when you share it, even if it's not the movie review, or if it's maybe share to your friends that like to watch Nigerian movies, tell them someone. I'll watch the movies, and if they're good, I'm going to, tell you to watch them. For a while now, I'm doing YouTube movies, so that way you can have the links to watch. But I do have some Netflix movies that I'm going to talk about next week, and maybe I'll try and see if I can even put like 4 movies together, so that way You still have YouTube links to watch in case you've not seen them already. I know sometimes it's really hard to find good Nollywood movie. Like, there are lots of them, but to find the good ones are hard. So if you come to my channel, you have the good ones because I have seen them and I know that they are good. So that way you can just go to the description and watch it. So you can share my videos, but don't just go to the description and watch. Please listen to my review too, okay? Or when you watch it, come back and listen to the review. Please don't forget to like, share, watch my other videos. I have a lot of things to say and I think that things that are helpful. So watch my other videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you some other time. Bye.